Here are two students who are freshmen in Montgomery County Public Schools. Together, the two of them will begin two separate high school journeys in different parts of the county. Although their journeys are separate, will they be equal? Before they can even attend their first high school class, they must register, and they have so many options to choose from. Or do they?
When we look at the distribution of teachers throughout the county, primarily middle schools, we see that schools with high farm and ESOL rates also tend to have a higher number of teachers with fewer years of experience. It's imperative that our county ask itself why this is.
What I didn't know at the time were the statistics. Rachel Carson Elementary School now has a racial makeup that is 50% white and a 20% farms rate, while Brown Station Elementary School, less than a mile away and in the same Quince Orchard High School district, has a racial makeup that is 10% white and a 66% farms rate.
For most students, their goal is to make it to college. Even if that's not a student's goal, they may want a challenge, so an AP, IB, or honors course may be a good fit. There are many benefits to taking advanced classes. These benefits include improved self-esteem, more flexibility, and potential cost savings after high school. By taking more advanced classes, students may have less absences and suspensions and possibly reduced time to a college degree in the future.
I think that the county has done a good job of making students aware of the credit you can earn by taking AP classes. You can get college credit, and of course the weighting that goes along with the GPA. I think that a number of students take advantage of those opportunities, but more and more I'm seeing students like the short thing credit of dual enrollment classes. So we have a program where they can take college classes during the day at school. So a lot of students take a combination of both. So our school really promotes it a lot because we have like the MC Square program, and I think it depends on the school. Like our school has kind of a little more maybe a competitive environment, so it's just.
Unfortunately, different schools have very different options when it comes to which classes students are able to take. According to the Equal Opportunity Schools, or EOS initiative, MCPS wants to prepare students to prosper in the modern workforce. They want to achieve this goal by offering rigorous courses such as Advanced Placement, or AP, International Baccalaureate, or IB, and dual enrollment courses. However, out of MCPS's 26 high schools, only 8 of them offer the IB program. For 3 of these 8 schools, in order to get into the program, a student must already attend the school. Only 2 of the 8 schools offer the IB career program. Whether or not a student is able to attend some of these schools depends heavily on where a student lives, or if a student gets their first choice during the choice process. The Consortia/choice process allows students to choose and rank which high schools they are interested in attending. Still, that choice is limited to a specific geographic area, and a lot of the time, students do not get their first choice of schools.
So in the United States and in Montgomery County, schools are assigned based on where you live for the most part. So if you live in a certain neighborhood, you would go to a particular school. And because there are sort of structural class race inequities in this country, schools may tend to reflect the demographics of the people living in those communities, and if some schools that are located in places with a greater need, there may be either a perception that the school is better or worse, right? And so people will pay to live in a house in a neighborhood that has access to a higher ranked school. And the result is that in places like Montgomery County, even though we have a pretty good school system across the board, because of the disparities in the school system, people will pay more to live near certain schools based on their perceptions of which schools are better.
Of course, IB classes are not the only advanced classes students can take. AP courses are common classes for students to take if they want to challenge themselves. Sadly, the amount of AP courses offered at schools throughout the county differ greatly. For example, at Walt Whitman High School, located in Bethesda, they offer 36 AP courses for students to choose from. But at Albert Einstein High School, located in Kensington, they only offer 22 AP courses. Before a student can participate in an advanced class, they must be able to enroll in the first place. Lack of encouragement and the difficulty of moving up levels are tough obstacles students may face when they desire to take an advanced class.
Levels of education. We have different levels of comfortableness in learning. If we learn slower than others, then we should take classes that are specifically tailored towards our level so that we can go forward and go into college and know what we need to know. If we want to challenge ourselves, take challenging courses that we feel more comfortable in, we feel like we're up to taking the challenge, we should be able to do it. And there shouldn't be any discrimination. We shouldn't look at me and say, oh, he probably takes on-level or honors courses. You should look at me and say, oh, he's a student at MCPS, let me ask him what courses he take, and so we can talk about it. There shouldn't be that discrimination. There shouldn't be that, oh, I have to take higher level classes to make me look smarter. No, it's whatever is comfortable towards you. Whatever you feel is right for you, that's what you should be in, and that's what you should take, because at the end of the day, it's about whether you're learning the content to your fullest ability. If you're learning the content, then you're fulfilling your role in school, which is to get the best amount of education possible so you can go to college and so you can get that end goal to get a job or pursue whatever career you wanted to do in the future.
For a student to be eligible to pursue advanced classes, such as honors and AP classes, schools evaluate a student's ability and the student's counselors notify them about which classes they can take. If the school does not recommend a student for enrollment in advanced classes, then said student must write an appeal to the principal of their school within 10 days of finding out this information. This can be extremely disheartening for students. Not only are the obstacles discouraging, but a student's performance within the class could be discouraging as well. In 2018, throughout MCPS, only 32.1% of Black AP students and 39.7% of Latino students earned a qualifying score on the AP exam. Juxtapose this with the 75.7% of Asian students and 73.3% of white students who earned a qualifying score in the same year. Another frustrating factor as to why students may be discouraged to join AP classes is due to who is taking them.
I think that there is probably still some disparity in certain areas. So I know some colleagues and I talked a lot about this summer, that the humanities classes, I think, push for more diversity, or maybe they lend themselves, because of the curriculum. Like, we really are intentional about diversifying the curriculum so that it's representative of students, and I think therefore you'll see like a pretty good mix in, say, AP Lang, right, or AP World History, but you might not see as much in some of the STEM classes, right? So you don't see as much diversity. And I think I proctored one of the STEM subjects in AP this year, and it definitely, you can see that it wasn't as diverse as some of the humanities, right? So because there is there are prerequisites to take the more challenging, like, AP calculus classes, and so you can't really start in high school saying, hey, you should take this rigorous math class if most of the people who are in AP Calc took geometry in middle school. Right, so I think it just has to start younger if you want to see more minority participation or students from underrepresented backgrounds. You got to start younger because they won't meet the prerequisites to take some of those challenging science and math classes in high school.
According to the Center for American Progress, students who are enrolled in AP classes are students from higher income families and students who had better preparation for high school.
Due to that, they don't really find it effective to prioritize down county schools also, just because a lot of down county students don't really apply, or they're not ready for college, just because a lot of schools really focus on seniors, but they focus really late.
But the issues don't only lie in the structure of advanced classes. Even though it's good to pay attention to issues regarding advanced classes, it's also important that the schools don't neglect their on-level classes. Both advanced and on-level class students need to get the attention they deserve.
Clubs and magnet programs are an integral part of the high school experience, yet not all students get equal opportunities to participate. In MCPS, this disparity is clearly shown through the difference in number of activities provided. On U.S. News rankings, Wootton and Poolesville High School are two of the highest-ranking public schools in MCPS, and respectively offer 159 and 108 different clubs. Watkins Mill offers 48 clubs, with 50% of their students being from low-income families. Seneca Valley offers 70 clubs, with 38% of students having low-income backgrounds. Albert Einstein has 40 clubs, with 3 of those clubs looking for staff sponsors. Even though students can create their own clubs to combat this issue, they need a teacher's assistance to do so. The issue of teacher apathy also carries into the county's magnet programs. Without enough encouragement from teachers and school staff to apply to selective programs, such as the ones at Blair and Poolesville, students of minority background are often left behind. Poolesville has a total of 3 magnet programs and is an all-magnet school. Blair, on the other hand, has 2 and is not an all-magnet school. The school experience of students who go to Poolesville and Blair will vary. According to the Choice Study Report done in 2016, families in the DCC raised concern on the open houses of these programs and special electives. Many felt like it was advertised that these students could actually take part in them. Some of it was due to scheduling conflicts, and some of it is due to the fact that students don't know about the program. This translates to less opportunities, such as more advanced curriculum and numerous resources for these students. While MCPS has made significant changes in the past 2 years to increase student exposure and access to these programs, not enough is being done. For example, while there have been changes to implement more regional IB programs in different high schools across counties, disparities in resources are still present.